Hi, welcome to Joanna's DIY Life. On this channel, I like to do sewing projects and home decor on a budget. Today, we're going to be making these little cuties, so stick around and I'll show you how. Okay, for this first one, you're going to need a little terracotta pot and one of the bases that go with it. And I actually got these at Walmart, not the Dollar Tree. They didn't have them at the Dollar Tree yet, and these were like $1.98, something like that. So I'm just going to peel my stickers off, and I am going to take this wood bead that I had. It's flat on one end, and I'm going to put E6000 around this. I am not going to use no hot glue or anything like that because hot glue leaves a gap, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to put my E6000 on here and set it to the side and put my little patient pants on and wait for it to dry. Actually, I'm going shopping. I have to go to Hobby Lobby. When I go shopping, I'm gone for a while, so it will have time to dry, I'm sure. But before I leave, I'm going to take black paint, and this is just acrylic paint from Walmart. I love matte acrylic paint. It's similar to chalk paint when it's all, dry and everything. So I'm just going to give this top a coat of paint and make sure I go around the edge just a little bit, okay? Just a little. I'm not going to paint the whole thing right now, just this top. Now I have one of these glass, like fishbowl like containers from the Dollar Tree. You can use either size. This is the small one. And I'm going to apply E6000, which I should have applied the E6000 to the terracotta pot and not this thing. But I'm telling you because, don't do what I did, do as I say, okay? So apply it to the terracotta pot. But either way, I didn't feel that it was very secure just around that edge. And you could see all my glue is why I said just glue it around the terracotta pot thing. But anyways, I'm going to go get a small round circle, and you'll see me place it in the bottom of this, or on top of the terracotta pot, and then I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to put glue on it, and then adhere my glass back down on there. You'll see what I'm doing. Add your top and let it completely dry. 24 hours is best. Or just go shopping like me. Now I'm just going to take my acrylic paint and I'm going to paint the base and the lid. Now it is all painted inside and out, and then the top inside and out, and it looks so nice. Now I'm just going to take this decal that I cut out with my Silhouette Cameo. Now you can use your Silhouette if you have one. You can use your Cricut Joy, stickers, or actually handwrite it on there. My handwriting stinks, so I always use my Silhouette so that my projects look nice and not janky. So I'm just going to put this on here, and then of course you got to burnish it down. And then I'm going to peel my transfer tape back, and my design will be there, and it will look nice. Well, that was satisfying. Sometimes the reveal of your image being down there just makes you happy. But anyways, now I'm going to wipe my glass down, and then I'm going to add my kisses. Yeah, this is so cute. I seen this on Pinterest, and I had to redo it. I don't know who the creator was, so I can't give credit. Sorry about that. But anyways, ain't that adorable? Now, I thought it was a little plain, so I did add baker's twine to the bottom of this, like this right here. Now, for this project, I have one of the galvanized hearts from the Dollar Tree. And I have these paper roses that I had in my stash. I'm trying to use things that are actually in my stash this year instead of buying, you know, just stuff all the time. I need to calm myself down if possible. But this is just blue ones and pink ones that I had in my stash. And there's more blue than pink. So I'm just going to start adding them. And then I'll add a pink every once in a while until I am finished and this is filled. And this is what it looks like all finished. And I like it just plain like that. And I'm going to do the other side. That was just an option to show you that you can actually fill it. And I just thought it was cute. Now, I made this decal on my silhouette. I'm going to place it toward the bottom because I'm going to place a bow on top. And I'm just going to burnish this down and then peel it back. You know the drill. You've seen it before, so we're going to skip this. Alrighty, that's done. Now I got this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I just thought it was cute. I love gingham or buffalo check, anything pretty much. So, this thing was taped so tight. It was crazy. So when I get it open, then I'm going to just make a simple bow. So I bring my 2 loops up, wrap it around, and pull. And this makes the perfect little bow. And then I adjust my loops, and then I'm going to trim my tails and glue it down. Bow is on, and I'll reveal both sides. Personally, I love this side better than this side, but it is what it is. There's options. Now, this next one, I've got this little bottle from the Dollar Tree, Mod Podge, matte Mod Podge always, and a printable I made. It just says Love Potion number 9, and I'm going to rip this out. I want it to look a little aged, you know, so I'm ripping it. So I'm going to take this Distress ink by Tim Holtz. I have a link in my Amazon store in my description box. And I'm just going to take this makeup dabber, makeup sponge, whatever you want to call it, and just rub it on there to distress it and make it look aged. And then I am going to let that dry. You want it to dry or it will smear when you add your Mod Podge. Okay, Mod Podge time. So I'm just going to take a little brush and I'm going to dab it on my glass. Then I'm going to place my little label that I made. And I'm just going to tap down on the label. Now I'm going to take a rag and go around anywhere that Mod Podge was out there and get rid of any excess Mod Podge. I actually used a baby wipe and just wiped down the whole glass. Now I'm going to take some witch hazel and I'm going to fill my bottle, almost full, of witch hazel. Then I'm going to take some food coloring and just put a couple drops of food coloring in there. And make sure your ring is dry before you do this, okay? You don't want any moisture on there. And I'm just going to take super glue gel and I'm going to put it around the rim of the, you know, the little glass bottle, and then place my cork down so that it doesn't leak or come out or anything like that. Be careful you don't glue your finger to your jar because it can happen. Trust me. I would know these things. Now I got this assortment of keys at Hobby Lobby. They were on sale last week and I picked them up while I was there. And I'm just going to take a piece of string that I had in my stash. You can use whatever string. And I'm just going to tie this key on this bottle. And I tied it tight so my key sticks out. But if you want it looser, and then glue it down, that's up to you. But I just didn't want to have to put no more glue on here, so it's just sticking out. It don't bother me. It's cute anyway. So there's my Love Potion number 9. This next one, I've got this heart from Michaels, and I am going to peel that off. And when I did, it splintered it. So if you want to sand it, you're welcome to. I've got these little paints, just pink and whatever. Now I'm going to take a wax candle, and I am going to take my wax candle and go over my heart. Then I am going to take a sander and sand over that lightly to get some of the wax off. Wax on, wax off. If you're old, you'll understand that. Okay, anyways. Now I am going to take my white and I am going to give it one coat of white paint. Now when it's all painted, I'm just going to take my heat gun and I'm going to dry my paint and kind of melt that wax just a little bit. And then while it's hot, I'm going to take a rag and I'm going to start wiping lightly and harder in some spots just to remove paint and make streaks. I did this technique just because it was a little softer than distressing, and it looks more, I don't know. I just wanted it that way because I think it's neat. And anywhere you got too much distressing or paint pulling, you can just paint it right back on and, you know, paint it, take it off, paint it, take it off, till it looks like what you want it to look like, okay? And to me, this looks more worn. So then I am going to take some wax and I'm going to go over it a little bit with wax, and it will actually bring out the places where the paint was took off. You'll see how it works, and it just is so pretty. So now I'm just going to take my little sander and I am going to go over this lightly and blend in the wax distressing so that it looks like it's part of it and not just sitting on top of the heart, you know. Now I'm going to take one of these little ones that I got at Hobby Lobby as well. I was shopping Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Trees. I have been everywhere. I'm like that song, I've been everywhere, man. Yeah, that's what I felt like this past Friday and Monday. But anyway, I did get the big heart from Michael's and the little ones from Hobby Lobby. And they have all of their Valentine stuff. I think it's 40 or 50% off right now. So it's actually a very good deal to go get stuff there. And all I'm going to do is take a little light pink paint and paint my heart, my little heart. And I'm going to set that to the side and let that dry. And I'm going to get my twine. This is a thicker twine. I think I got this at Walmart. So I'm just going to add it to the front here. And it doesn't matter because we're going to be covering it. So just put it down wherever, okay? And then we're going to stretch this over. I'm trying to stay in my camera angle. And I'm just going to go over it a few times. Just to add character. All right, now I'm going to pull it back to the front. And I'm going to tack that down with glue. Cut it off. And that part's done. I love this spatula. I actually don't know if I got this one at the Dollar Tree or Walmart, but it's little and I love it. On the back, I am just going to take and tack this down so I know it don't slip up the little, you know, heart there. It won't move. But I didn't want to tack it in the front because it would look bad. So I'm just going to take twine and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers. And I'm just using my 4 fingers kind of spread out, you know, and wrapping it several times around there. And then I am going to take it off and cut it. Now I'm going to get another little piece and I'm going to tie around the middle. And you got to tie it tight, or as tight as you can, or your little loops are going to slip because we're going to start spreading them out. Now we're going to fan them out to kind of make it look like a big, loopy, raggy, flower looking thing. There's different ways you can do this, but this is just, I'm going to be gluing it down so it's going to stay where I want it anyway. So this is the way I did it. And when we get it all fluffed out here, we're just going to glue it down. And I'm using quite a bit of glue to put this down because I want to make sure it doesn't fall off. And be careful when you press because glue could seep through there and it could get a little, hot. Once I get that glue down, I'm going to take my little heart and I am going to take some of that wax and I'm just going to add a little to the edges and kind of, I want it distressed looking too. I don't want a distressed big heart and then a stark, just a straight pink heart. And I'm just going to take this heart and glue it right down in the middle. Make sure when you glue it upright the same way as your heart is going. And then I'm just going to take a piece of twine and I'm going to tie knots and glue it on the back for a hanger. Easy peasy, simple, and adorable. And for my last DIY, this one couldn't be any more simple, but cute. So I found this at one of the Dollar Trees that I went in. It was a little spatula with a cookie cutter. And I thought I could use the spatula because I use those a lot when I'm cooking or baking. And then I don't need the cookie cutter, but I can use the cookie cutter in a DIY. So I'm just going to take my crocodile and I'm trying to get it under the little cutter. And I had to bend that out a little bit, but it worked. These crocodiles are amazing, y'all. I mean, amazing. I have one linked in my store. It cuts through metal. It's just amazing. But anyways, I'm going to take this twine, and these are little beads that I had in my stash. And I'm going to double my twine, and I'm going to tie a knot. I don't know how many beads I'm going to put on here yet, so I'm going to leave this kind of long. I'm just going to tie a knot, make sure it don't come through the hole. Then I'm going to take the other end, and I'm going to start stringing my beads on. And you can paint these beads white, you can stain them, you can paint them red, you can paint them pink, you can do whatever you want to with them. I'm just leaving mine natural, because that's the way that I preferred to do it. And I'm just going to string a few on here. And then I was going to tie a knot in the end. But then I realized that I could just, right there. I just pull it and then tie a knot in this end where I can hang it. Make sure you make a knot where it won't come through your beads, and then pull it down at the bottom and then tie another knot. That way it's tight on there. This worked out great and it looks neater. Now I'm just going to take this ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it is on sale this week, okay? It goes on sale every other week. So I'm just going to take this ribbon, and this is just simple, easy peasy. I'm going to go between the knot and the bead, and I'm going to tie tightly my ribbon on there. You can tie it in a knot if you wish, but I didn't. I'm just making sure I tie it tight, and then I'm going to draw my loops up, and I'm going to make my bow on here and just pull it to where I need it, and then I'm going to cut it off. And y'all, this cracked me up. I have made hair bows for years, okay? And I know how to do this. But this just, I haven't done it in a while. So first I get a lighter that doesn't work. Then when I get my second lighter, oh, it really works. I caught my ribbon on fire and I just laughed so hard. I was like, I cannot believe I did that when I was filming. Are you kidding? So you want to lightly and quickly go over your ribbon, okay? Or you will catch it on fire. But anyway, there it is. And here's a look at my finished projects that weren't burnt or harmed or anything like that. And anyways, these are so cute. They're neutral. The heart can stay up all year, both of them actually, or all three of them actually, if you want to. The cookie cutter heart could also be used at Christmas in like a gingerbread theme or whatever. But anyways, here they are, and I adore them. Maybe not so much that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and become part of my family. I would love to have you. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you later. You are a blessing. Bye.